We can test whether or not the export worked by selecting our cloth and deactivating Cyflex, so we get absolutely nothing on the character. And we can now attempt to load the point cache of the cloth into the mixer. If I select the mesh now and I open up the animation mixer with Alt-0, I'm going to add in a file cache track. Again, it's self-explanatory. They show up as kind of a gold color, similar to audio tracks. So you can get audio tracks and point cache tracks mixed up, but the name and label here should help us figure that out. So I'll come in and I'll insert a source, and I don't actually have a source at the moment. I need to actually go and load it in from the file I've just created. So if I load source from file, in the simulation folder, there's my Mulcorth low res clothing geo. I want to load in the cache of 400 frames. I don't want to load in an individual frame, but I want to load in the entire ice cache. So it's read in the PC2 format, and I can load that in. And now if I drag through the timeline, you can see how the cache is written. Very cool. And the nice thing is you can kind of blend this into the original. So if I have 0 weight, well then that clip doesn't affect the points at all. So I have a blended weighted average of the bind pose to the actual cloth pose. And now, because it's a simple operator, or it's because it's an ice cache, I can manipulate it as I would normal point objects. And one of the reasons it was overlapping there, if you noticed, is because I actually had the ice cache clip set to frame 2. So the movement of the cloth was actually a frame behind the motion of my character. So on really large characters with excessively baggy clothes, you could even use little tricks like that to manage your cache systems. In any event, all I want to do is just have the cache match frame for frame. So I could actually delete my Cyflex operator now to work solely with the point cache. What I am going to do is I'm actually going to mute this point cache. So again, now I'm relying on nothing. The cloth nor the point cache are activated. I'm going to go back into my cloth. I'm going to read in the Cyflex cache files from my earlier tests and show how we can use the animation mixer to blend between those various ice cache clips.